Let's talk about something that's, honestly, a huge deal in the digital world. What does it really mean to own the things you create online? Today, we're diving into a tool that makes a pretty bold promise. You can build web apps that you own completely and forever.
And this is the question at the heart of it all. Think about it. When you build on most platforms, you're paying monthly fees, you're using their code, you're basically just a tenant. They can raise the rent, they can change the rules, or they can even shut down and poof, your business goes with it. You're building on someone else's property.
And you know, that rented land comes with some major headaches. I mean, we've all been there, right? Tangled up in dependency hell, getting slapped with surprise hosting bills, or just dealing with setups so complex you need a developer on speed dial. Your app is basically being held hostage, but SaaSet comes in with this radically simple idea: one single HTML file. That means zero hosting costs, no dependencies, and you own it 100%.
This is their core promise, what they call the zero lock-in guarantee. And here's what it means in plain English. Every single app you generate is a completely self-contained HTML file. There are no secret phone homes to SaaSet servers, no hidden API calls. It just works, all by itself. It's not a subscription to use your app. It's a tool to create a digital asset that is entirely yours.
And this is where that idea of true ownership really hits home. Let's run through a few scenarios. What if you cancel your subscription? Well, your apps keep working. What if SaaSet as a company just disappears tomorrow? Yup, your apps still keep working. And what if you sell your app to a client? Every single penny of that revenue is yours. That is the power of actually owning the file itself. Now, it's super important to be clear here. It's about using the right tool for the right job. SaaSet is an absolute powerhouse for creating things like interactive single-page tools, data dashboards, or those cool lead gen quizzes. But it's not for building a giant multi-user platform like a full-blown CRM or an e-commerce store. Those things need big, complex server databases. This is all about creating sophisticated, self-contained digital assets.
Okay, so you own the asset. You have the digital property. Now for the fun part. How do you turn it into actual income?
Well, here are 3 proven strategies that work really well. First, you can white label and resell it. That means you build a cool tool once, then you sell rebranded versions of it to a bunch of different clients. Second, you can sell it on marketplaces like Gumroad or AppSumo and reach a massive audience. Or third, you can host it yourself behind a paywall and charge a monthly subscription. The key is the choice is yours because the app is yours.
And look, this isn't just some theory. Check out this real-world example. Someone built a quiz lead magnet generator with SaaSet, right? They're selling it as a white label product, and a single license, just one, goes for $297. Think about that for a second.
Or how about this one? A Course Creator Pro tool. Again, just a single HTML file. This one sells for $497 for a single white label license. It's not hard to see how building just one valuable tool can become a serious revenue stream fast.
Of course, if you're selling these things to clients, especially white label versions, you need to be able to refine them and make changes with total confidence. Well, SaaSet has a whole toolkit built in for exactly that.
This right here is your ultimate safety net. Every single time you make a change, whether it's a tiny little tweak or a huge new feature, it gets saved as a version snapshot. That means you can never, ever permanently break your project because you can always just roll back to a previous version with a single click.
And to make that even more powerful, there's a comparison tool. Imagine this. You can pull up any 2 versions of your app and see them side by side. The visual comparison shows you exactly how the user interface has changed, while the code comparison highlights every single line of code that was added or removed. It is perfect for really understanding what you've done before you send a new version off to a client.
But the toolkit doesn't stop there. If your code has any little errors, there's an AI autofix that'll try to solve them for you. And for client work, this next feature is an absolute game changer. You can automatically generate a full user manual for your app and then just export it as a PDF. Talk about adding a layer of professionalism that clients will love.
So you're probably wondering, how does all this magic actually happen? Well, you actually get to control the AI engine that's doing the work, which means you can balance how fast you want it with how sophisticated you need it to be.
Here's a great way to think about it. Standard mode is like having a really skilled junior coder. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's perfect for most jobs. But when you flip on advanced mode, it's like you're briefing a senior project manager who actually thinks through the whole architecture before writing a single line of code. The result is often higher quality and way more complex.
Now, of course, that extra brain power has to come from somewhere, right? Advanced mode uses 5 times the number of tokens that standard mode does, so it's a trade-off between speed, complexity, and cost. And the best part is, you're the one in complete control.
So, if this all sounds interesting, you're probably asking, okay, how can I actually try this thing for myself?
Well, here's how you get started. Every single new user gets 200 free tokens, one time, just for signing up. No credit card needed, no commitment whatsoever. It's more than enough to generate your first app and see how the whole process works, completely risk-free.
So when you boil it all down, the SaaSet advantage is pretty clear. You own what you build 100%. You escape that dreaded vendor lock-in, you completely eliminate ongoing hosting bills, and most importantly, you're not just making a little project, you're building a real, profitable digital asset.
Seriously, it takes less than 3 minutes to sign up and get started. So the only real question left is, what will you build first?